What's up, guys? I am back for another collection video. It is another gloomy Sunday, and NIS Software strikes again with another limited collector's edition for me to do an unboxing for. So what game is it this time, you may ask? So this time we're going to be looking at the limited collector's edition of Knights of Azure 2. So interesting thing about this, I'll go ahead and talk about the first game a little bit. I just picked up the first game just a couple weeks ago, and I've been playing it a little bit here and there. It's okay. I'm growing to like it quite a bit so far. I'll be honest, this series, I'll be completely transparent, this series kind of sold me on fan service, just putting that out there. But I was really looking forward to pretty much any game that NIS puts their name on. I'm willing to at least take a look at, because they've changed their perception in my eyes from being a company that just publishes Japanese shovelware onto obsolete consoles and has turned it into a plethora of great hidden gems. So I've really kind of changed my tune about them. But yeah, this box really looks fantastic. It's quite a bit smaller than I was expecting it to be. Where's Ease 8? Let me compare that really quick. Yeah, I'll compare it to Ease 8 and to Danganronpa V3. It's about the same size as those two. But I was honestly expecting it to be a lot bigger because it was a lot more expensive. So here it is next to Ease 8. And as Ease 8 is quite a bit bigger, actually. It's taller, it's thicker, it's better quality, honestly. And then let's get that out of there. And let's compare that to Danganronpa V3. They are the exact same height. It is a bit thicker than Danganronpa V3. Let's see, width. Exact same width, exact same height. Cool. Very cool. So, if you guys have the Danganronpa V3 limited edition, you know kind of what the size of this is. So, again, the first game, I'm playing it just because I was curious about a good action RPG that is on the casual side, that's not a Tales game, or not the newest Star Ocean, or one of those. Like, I just wanted something different. So the first game is definitely satisfactory. It definitely combines, like, it's more of a Dragon Quest Heroes style game where it combines the best aspects of a Musou game with RPG elements. So I'm hoping that the second game is going to provide us with that same experience. So the first game may end up being a Let's Play pretty soon. This is on the PS4, this is right here, so it says for home device, as opposed to these other two systems over here, which said for portable device, because they were both for the Vita. We did not get an English Vita version of this game. We did, however, get it on the Switch. So if you guys want a portable version of Knights of Azure 2, definitely check out the Switch version. So the first game had a PS3 and a Vita release in Japan, but we never got that here in the US. So we're getting the Dragon Quest Heroes treatment again, and it doesn't surprise me one bit. But I guess Japan, like, the Sony systems are still very popular over there, even the Vita. A lot of shovelware comes out on the Vita, just to be frank, but it seems like shovelware to us, but it appeals to different demographics over there. You have your visual novels and your kind of your dating sim type of games that are very, very common on the Vita in Japan, and we do get a few of those over here, but not nearly as many. This game will probably appeal a bit more to American audiences, but it's still basically being sold on the niche aspect of, you know, anime, art style, fan service, things like that. So let's start breaking this down. First of all, again, it has that nice texture like I talked about with the, I didn't mean to stroke it inappropriately there. It has this nice texture that's very similar to the other two limited editions I just showed on screen. I can't really describe what type of printing technique that is, but I'm very, very, very happy with it. I love the border around the box like that, and the artwork is just fantastic. It's really, the artwork, I think, is what sold me on this entire series. Let's go ahead and break this open and see what comes with it. Again, if I had the choice, I would have preferred to have this on the Vita, but the PS4 will be what, if I ever do a Let's Play of either game, it would be on the PS4. So here we go. There is Knights of Azure 2, the Bride of the New Moon, as it's called, which is, it was developed by Gust and Koei Tecmo. Gust are the people that make the Altair series, or whatever you call them, which are basically that series is definitely like a shovelware RPG series, because they make more than one of those a year. They chuck those out like crazy. But Koei Tecmo obviously has the Muso aspect going on there, and then NIS is just the company that published it here in America. So we have the wonderful soundtrack, which again has that beautiful portrait border there. Highly looking forward to this. It's 2 discs, holy crap. And it's got, let's see, 68 tracks total. Wow, that is huge. I totally did not anticipate that at all. This collector's edition was $100, so I really hope that it has a lot packed into it. I know it has, instead of one cloth poster like the Ys 8 one has, this one has 3 cloth posters. So that's what these are. We're going to be opening those up last and displaying them where they can be seen fully. And the last thing we have in here is what looks like an art book. Yes, it is. Again, fantastic art style with this. Very, very happy with the way it looks. Oh dear, look at that fan service. This is totally allowed for YouTube because there's not actually any nudity going on here, and you'll have to take my word for that. I managed to show the Fate Extra and Fate Extra CCC limited editions on YouTube without anyone taking issue with it, so I feel like the same will be true here as well. So yeah, very, very cool. It looks like the same 2 main characters as the previous game are still here. A couple of new characters that I haven't, at least if they're in the first game, I haven't seen them yet. Isn't that quite a name right there? Camilla Alucard. Not terribly original, but you took 2 characters alike and threw them together, I suppose. I like the use of color with this character right here. The blues and the purples and things like that. Reminds me of that Bloodstained Ritual of the Night game that's coming out, hopefully soon. Yeah, these are some really fantastic designs. And then there's our niece, who, I guess she looks a little bit different this time around. I hope it's not a spoiler for the first game, because I'm still playing through that. Some of the servant designs. So one of the other things that comes with this, and I have to be 100% honest, I don't really care for this. One of the other things that came with this was a download code, which I received via email for pre-ordering this, and it lets you have like 3 exclusive in-game servants and maybe an alternate outfit or something. I don't care about any of that. If I'm going to pay $100 for one of these limited editions from NIS, I definitely want the physical goodies, and this one definitely did deliver in terms of content. I'm very happy with the way it turned out, but this should have been like like a $70-$80 edition. This should not have been a $100 collector's edition. That's my personal opinion on it. So NIS, if you're looking for any feedback on how I feel about this, I'm perfectly satisfied with it. You guys did a bang-up job as always, but definitely not as good as Ys 8 for the cost. Ys 8 was only $80 for the Vita version collector's edition, and I guess that, you know, I get it, the PS4 games are going to be a little more expensive, but to me this with the content we have here should have been a $70-$80 limited edition and not a $100 limited edition. But anyway, let's get to the really juicy stuff. Let's go ahead and break open the cloth posters and see what they look like. So within that package, each individual one is individually sealed as well, which is pretty cool. Now I know I'll probably not be able to fit these back inside of these packages now that I've opened them, but I do want to be able to show them off on screen. Here's the first one. The fold lines will eventually even out, just like they have with the other cloth posters that I have, so not terribly worried about it. It's probably about the same size as the Dragon Quest Heroes one if it was turned the other way, if it's what do you call it, landscape instead of portrait or whatever. So or you could actually, now that I look at it, it actually may be intended to be interpreted from this direction, which would make it about the same size. So you can see the Gus logo down there. So that's pretty cool. All these have a very, very, very shiny metallic texture to them, even more so than any of the other cloth posters for any limited editions I have up until now. Okay, here's the second one, which is that fan service picture we saw from the art book. I'm not as crazy about the print quality of this one as I was about the previous one, and I think it might just be the lighting. You can't really see Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. You can see the light is going to reflect off of it and everything just because of the metallic material. Okay, here's the last one. It's quite a bit smaller than the other two. The image itself is kind of obscured by the reflection right now, so hopefully you guys can make out what that is. I'm not honestly too crazy about that. I'm sure it would look better with the fold lines kind of ironed out of it. But yeah, it's about the same size as the Fate Extella one that's up there. So, just to kind of give you an idea. Alright, so that is it for the Knights of Azure 2 Limited Edition unboxing. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I would highly recommend checking out this game or any of the other products that NIS has to offer. Definitely give their website a chance and order some of their fantastic collector's editions.